In the quiet hum of the city, there's a story I need to tell you. It's about a young architect named Leo. From the outside, Leo had it all: a rising career, a beautiful apartment overlooking the skyline, and a life that seemed meticulously designed, just like the buildings he created. But inside, the blueprints of his own life felt empty. Each night, he'd stand by his window, watching the city lights flicker like distant, unapproachable stars, feeling a profound sense of isolation. He had built a fortress of success, but he was its only prisoner. His days were a whirlwind of meetings, deadlines, and the constant pressure to be brilliant. He sketched, he designed, he built monuments of glass and steel for others, but he couldn't seem to construct his own happiness. The higher he climbed the corporate ladder, the more distant he felt from everyone, even himself. He remembered a time when drawing was his escape, his joy. Now, it was just a job. The passion that once burned brightly was now just a flicker, threatened by the winds of expectation and ambition. He was adrift in a sea of his own making, far from any shore. One rainy Tuesday, everything changed. A major project he had poured his soul into was abruptly cancelled. The news hit him like a physical blow. It wasn't just a building. It was 2 years of his life, his hopes, his validation. That evening, he didn't go home. He just walked. The rain soaked through his expensive coat, but he barely noticed. He found himself in an old part of town, standing before a small, weathered chapel he'd never seen before. Drawn by an unexplainable pull, he stepped inside. The air was still and smelled of old wood and rain. There was no one there but him. He sat in a worn-out pew, the weight of his world pressing down on him. He wasn't a particularly religious man, but in that moment of absolute defeat, he found himself looking up, his heart crying out into the silence. He had nowhere else to turn. He had reached the bottom. The very foundation of his carefully constructed life had crumbled, and all that was left was him, broken, lost, and utterly exhausted. As he sat there, a simple melody began to play in his mind. A hymn his grandmother used to hum when he was a child, her voice a warm blanket on a cold night. He couldn't remember all the words, just the feeling they gave him a sense of peace, of being held. "Nearer, my God, to thee," the phrase echoed in the quiet chapel of his mind. It wasn't about a grand theological revelation. It was about a simple human need to connect, to feel that even in the deepest darkness, you're not alone. In that moment of surrender, something shifted within Leo. The crushing weight on his chest seemed to lift, just a little. He realized his pursuit of success had been a flight from himself, a way to avoid the emptiness he felt inside. But now, with nothing left to lose, he was finally ready to face it. He wasn't magically fixed, but for the first time in years, he felt a glimmer of hope. He wasn't running anymore. He was just being. He left the chapel as the rain began to subside. The city lights seemed different now, not distant and cold, but like a promise of a new dawn. Back in his apartment, he pulled out an old, dusty sketchbook, not for a client, but for himself. He began to draw, not buildings, but the faces he saw on the street, the rain on the window pane, the simple, beautiful chaos of life. He was starting to rebuild, not with steel and glass, but with something far stronger, a newfound connection to the world and to himself. He was finding his way back, one step, one sketch, one breath at a time. Still a journey, but no longer alone. Join me. Let's sing this beautiful hymn together. Nearer, my God, to thee.
Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer to thee. E'en though it be a cross that raiseth me, still all my song shall be nearer, my God, to thee. once forgot. Upward I fly, still my song shall be nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer to thee. Nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer